Hi, it's me, Vamp, and welcome back to podcast episode. I could not tell you at the top of my head at all because I actually don't personally per se keep track of my podcast episode, but I do keep track of my podcast episode. It's odd, don't ask. It's a whole thing. Okay, so the thing is, 51, probably. I think 51. It's been a little while since I've done a podcast. Now, there is a reason for that. And the reason for that is actually that I've started to do a podcast, but then I just stopped doing it for one reason or another. When I talk a bit about Warframe first, then we're going to talk about another podcast that I may be in the future, but we're briefly going to talk about it. Spoilers. And we're also going to talk about partner programs, investments, whatnot. Mostly investing when it comes to in terms of content creating. Okay, so let's talk about all this stuff. And if you guys hear anything weird in the background, it's because for some reason, whatever reason, I don't know why, my neighbors seem to want to do fireworks like all year round. Apparently, it's their mission now to do fireworks all year around. And if you hear my squeaky chair, it's because, man, I need a new chair eventually, but chairs are expensive. Okay, anyway, let's talk about things first, and that's Warframe. Okay, so Warframe recently ended their partnership program. So, all the partners are no longer partners, but don't worry, I'm still hanging in there. I'm still making Warframe content, Warframe Madness on the YouTube. Also, if you want to check out Vamp Plays on the YouTube, that's my other YouTube channel. It would be cool, awesome, with it fresh, whatever. And and then okay, so my view on that, I guess I'll share my opinions on that. I've shared my opinions with some of my friends, but I haven't really gone public about it, I guess you could say. And my honest, like, public opinion is I don't really okay, on one hand, I understand why they did it. They did it due to some partners were like getting out of hand or whatnot. Other partners were inactive. So what they plan to do on paper, this makes total sense. They plan on ending the first program, then like they did. Then in a couple months or so, they plan on launching another partner program, right? It's going to be called the Content Creator Program instead of a Warframe partner. And apparently, YouTubers will be able to sign up, streamers via on Twitch or on YouTube. I was going to say Mixer, but Mixer died. Mixer is about dead. All the Mixer streamers got the rug pulled out from under them recently. So Mixer no more. And then not only streamers are going to be part of the content creator program, but also podcasters and even capture creators and artists. For those of you guys that don't know what capture is, it's like a mode in Warframe type thing. There are people who, believe it or not, specialize on going in that capture scene, which is a scene taken from the game, but you can change the lighting, freeze frame, all that jazz. You can, yeah, it's actually a lot cooler than I make it sound. So it's pretty cool that they are opening it up to more content creators in general, and it's not just streaming or YouTube in general. But with every good thing comes a not so good thing. And the good thing is, yes, they're opening it up to more creators. But the bad thing is the downtime. The downtime, I don't think it's super good for Warframe. Because I'm still making content regularly for Warframe. But I have noticed a lot of, because I make most of my Warframe content on the YouTube. But I have noticed a lot of streamers that stream the Warframe don't stream Warframe as much these days. It could be a coincidence, it could be a pattern, but this is like the third day. Actually, I'm going to check on the Twitters right now, and hopefully I have everything muted like I should. If the audio plays, I'll just cut it out of this podcast anyway, because I do have some editing skills, believe it or not. Okay, no audio played. I mean, I'll be honest, it's not like you guys would know if audio did play, because I'd be cutting it out, but take my word for it, no audio played. Okay, so yeah, this is the third day, and you know what they say, 3 points make a line. I think that's what they say. That's how the saying goes, right? Okay. Well, anyway, and those Warframe partners, ex-Warframe partners, I guess, we're all ex-Warframe partners, that used to stream Warframe almost exclusively, are not streaming Warframe anymore. So it's one of those things that I'll be honest, I haven't streamed Warframe lately either, but I'm a partner mostly through my YouTube. So it makes a little more sense for me to not necessarily be streaming the Warframe. I don't know why I said the Warframes. But yeah, to me anyway, it makes a little more sense. I mean, I didn't stream Warframe all the time. I did more content-oriented stuff on YouTube anyway. But yeah, that's what I think. Now, my opinion, which I could be wrong, it's not my opinion, it's what I think is going to happen. What I think is going to happen is that we once we apply for the partnership, and if we get accepted for a partnership, I think then like a bunch of people are going to stream Warframe, and it's going to get like a super bigger everything gravy type thing. But that's not, content creators aren't just in my opinion, content creators advertise Warframe quite a bit. But keep in mind also the new content coming to Warframe as well. So that's always good. New content always helps a game. It never hurts a game unless it's implemented super terribly. And Warframe is good at they're good at a lot of things, but they're particularly good at listening to their community about a lot of things. So, yes, they've made mistakes. I mean, I can go with not necessarily Plains of Eidolon or Fortuna being a mistake, per se, but they learn from their mistakes, carry on and stuff. And yeah, okay, I didn't mean to start rambling so much about Warframe, but I guess that was my big opinion on it. But now that I got that, let's move on to other games I'm partnered with. Okay, so I'm partnered with Epic. Use if you play Fortnite, feel free to use creator code Vamp 6x6x6x. That's creator code Vamp 6x6x6x. V as in Victor, A as in Apple, M as in Mother, P as in Peter, 6x 6x 6x. I'm saying X as in xylophone. Okay, and that is my creator code. So if you do the Fortnite thing, feel free to use that code. It will help me with the contents and the creating of the content. It will just help the channel in general, and I'll be honest, I could use any help I could get because, that actually, I don't know if I mentioned it, but content creation in general is actually my day job, as it were. So, feel free to follow me on, Vamp Plays YouTube channel. Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay. But yeah, anyway, moving on to the next thing I said I was going to talk about, which is investments. Okay, so investments come quite a bit. Okay, so usually when people think investments, they think of backing a certain company or backing a certain product or whatever. Well, on a content creation level, since it's my main job and stuff, and this applies to a good chunk of content creators out there. Investments, like you won't necessarily see a content creator go out, pick up something and make content of it because they necessarily are like, oh, I want that big game and stuff just for me, and I'm gonna play it and not make no content. Well, you'll most of the time, especially if they're a smaller content creator trying to grow, view that DLC they buy or season pass they buy or new game they buy as an investment to grow their channel, create content and whatnot. Then once they get bigger, not only does it become an investment, but also, they can afford to do trial and error stuff. But right now, thinking of it black and white to a smaller content creator would be investment. It's just that plain black and white, investment or not investment type thing. If it does well, move on. If it doesn't, well, that's the thing. Bigger content creators, if it doesn't do well, they can move on. Not much of a loss. They usually get back their initial investment regularly. But smaller content creators usually have to fight a little bit harder to make certain things work. That's why you might see smaller content creators continue like a series, like say they're doing like a let's play or walkthrough, for example, of a certain game, and it's only doing mediocre at best. Whereas the bigger content creator would probably just move on to another game that would do better. Well, the smaller content creator, 9 times out of 10, will like try to get as many episodes or whatever out to grow their channel before they move on to a different game or whatever. Now, you may be asking why I'm mentioning this. Because I told you guys I talk a bit about investments, and that's a big investment. There's lots of investments out there that you can make in different kinds of fields. In content creation, yet stuff becomes investment. Like if you're an unboxing channel, maybe you like certain things, like certain games, collector's editions, and whatnot might become an investment for you. Hey, you're a gaming channel, certain games, certain DLC, certain, season passes and what might be a particular investment for you. Say you're an Apple, like iPhone, iPad, whatever. Say you're a tech channel. Tech stuff becomes an investment for you. Now, keep in mind, tech channel, I actually haven't really seen much of a small tech channel personally, because of the fact that to get in on the ground floor on the tech channel, I feel like it costs some capital starting out. Because there is a saying, and that saying is super true, and it's unfortunate that it's true. It's so unfortunate, which is you guys spend money to make money. That saying is true. I really don't like that it's true, honestly, but it honestly is true. I can tell you from my experience, you don't typically you'll have to spend money to make money. I mean, there's always like that rare person that could be born into a better circumstance, so technically their parents spent all the money so they can make money or whatever. There's always an exception to everything, but generally you'll have to spend some money to make money. Even the bigger YouTubers, they spend money on certain things. And okay, like for example, I okay, so for example, there was this whole trend on YouTube a while back. I watched the videos because I found them interesting, but I thought that's such a waste of money for the YouTuber, which was these unboxing, mystery unboxing, $50, $500, $1,000 unboxing. I think I saw a YouTuber go as crazy at a $10,000 mystery unboxing. Well, a lot of the YouTubers actually made their money back, so that was an investment that paid off for them. And yeah, that is good for them. But see, in my mind, I was like, they waste so much money. You know what I would do with $1,000? Okay, but yeah, that is honestly, for the most part, that's them spending money to make money, maybe on a bigger scale than a smaller content creator does, but still on a scale nonetheless. Now, I do want to mention that my YouTube channel has reached a little bit over 400 subscribers. My YouTube channel, Vamp, it actually, the reason why I mention it, because it's good that it reached that much because that means it's actually potentially starting to get to my goal for the end of the year, which is 1,000 subscribers on that channel. Again, youtube.com/VAMPLAYS, or just search Vamp Plays in the search box on the youtube.com and you should be able to find it no problem. And yeah, that's it. I'm telling you guys that because this is actually, believe it or not, a goal of mine. I enjoy reaching my goals because I don't know if I told you guys this or that might be too much oversharing or whatnot, but I do suffer from just bouts of depression from time to time. It's just one of those things that comes and goes. And yeah, it's just, goals are real important. That's why I try to set goals for myself, keep myself busy at times. Goals are real important. Goals actually help me. Like if I reach a goal, it's like super exciting. If I don't reach a goal, I really, I kind of get upset a little bit, but then, usually one of my friends remind me that I don't always, that if it's a goal, I can just do the best I can, and I have no real control over if I reach it or not. Things like that. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it a podcast episode. Now, if you're watching this through, listening to this through Anchor or something, I am going to put my link to my YouTube channel. My Vamp Plays YouTube channel, the one I mentioned, in the link in the description of the podcast. And yeah, I'm actually don't think I'm gonna be uploading this particular podcast to YouTube as well, because this podcast isn't really that popular on YouTube, which is understandable since it's really just like, when I put it on YouTube, it's just like a static image by itself. And who wants to watch just a static image by itself? And anyway, if I'm being honest, it was just kind of a substitute for content on one of my channels anyway, just like the old me trying to come back and do things the laziest way possible, and I need to get out of the habit. So yeah, I'm actually going to end the episode here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the first part. Oddly enough, this isn't even in parts, but I feel like we talked about Warframe, then we also got around to everything else. So Warframe, we talked about Warframe, how I felt about it, content in the future, investments. We talked about content creation in general. So yeah, it's actually kind of nice to see, because I rebranded this a while back. Some of you guys may remember it used to be called Vamp Plays Podcast, Warframe Madness Podcast, but now it's called Vamp Plays Podcast. Well, the reason it is because I was always limited to only talking about Warframe before, but now I feel like I can still talk about Warframe, but it doesn't have to be like the main only thing we talk about. So that's always cool. And yeah, I'm actually going to end the podcast here. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you're not subscribed to the podcast or followed or whatever it's called in the podcast verse, feel free to do it, and I will catch you guys in the future. Later.